Hi there guys, welcome back to another video on Mr. Junior Dev. I hope you are all well. Today we're going to carry on with our JavaScript project training days on Code Academy's JavaScript course. So let me not waste any more of your time. Let's get straight into it. So training days. As a seasoned athlete, one of your favorite activities is running marathons. You use a service called Training Days that sends you a message for the event you signed up for and the days you have left to train. Since you also code, Training Days has asked you to help them solve a problem. The program currently uses the wrong scope for its variables. They know this can be troublesome as their service evolves. In this project, you will make Training Days more maintainable and less error prone by fixing variable scopes. Okay, so let's start off the project instructions. Number one, let's begin by running the trainingdays.js file. In the console, we can see that the program is broken. So if we run it, yeah, as you can see, it throws a reference error. Yeah, ideally the get_rand event function selects an event at random. The getTrainingDays function returns the number of days to train based on the event selected. The log event and log time functions print the athlete name, event, and number of days to the console, but poorly scoped variables are causing errors. Expand days scope to avoid the reference error. Declare days within getTrainingDays function before the if statement. So within getTrainingDays function, just before the if statement, declare days with maybe a let variable, or we could do a const variable as well. I'm sure it would work. Let's quickly try a constant variable to see if that works. Sorry. No, it doesn't. I'm sure days has been reassigned, that's why. So we're going to be using let days, and then it throws this output. Nola's event is triathlon. Nola's time to train is undefined days. Okay. Okay, so that's correct. I'm going to tick this off. Okay, so number 3, run the program again. No error, but days is undefined. Yeah, days is undefined. New days variables are being defined in the scope of each if-else if statement. Delete the 3 lets within the if-else statements. Okay, so the 3 lets within the if-else statements. New days variable. Yeah, because days is being reassigned 50, then days is being, that's why it's throwing the error. And days being reassigned to 200. Right, so now it doesn't show undefined anymore, it shows 200 days. Okay, I'm going to tick that off. Number 4, run the program again, fixed. Now the if statements are changing the original days rather than defining a new one. Okay, so if I run it again, yeah, as you can see, it's changing the days instead of defining a new one. If I run it again, but obviously that is because of the conditionals here. So we declared the variable let days. We reassigned days to 50 when if the event is equal to the string marathon, and else if event is equal to the string triathlon, days is equal to 100. But why it's throwing these events at random is because we are using the math.floor, math.random method, and it's between 0, 1, and 2, not including 3. If you multiply by 3 within the math.random math object, what happens is it just gives you a number between 0 and 3, because in computer language or binary machine code, machine language, it starts counting from 0, not from 1, like ordinary mathematics. So 0, 1, 2, and then within the const get rand event function, we started a conditional here, well, the code that they've given us. So if random is equal to 0, then return marathon. If random is equal to 1, return triathlon. If random is equal to 2, return pentathlon, right? And then, as you can see here, by const get training days is equal to the event, which is the first parameter. So if you take that event, which is this event over here, we defined a new variable called let days. If the event, which is triggered over here, is equal to marathon, then reassign days to 50. Else if event is equal to triathlon, reassign days is equal to 100. Else if event is equal to pentathlon, reassign days is equal to 200. And then just outside the scope, the body scope, or the concise body, return days. And here it's been logged, the name and the event. And here is the event call, here's the days call. And here are the new variables that have been defined, constant variables. Okay, so when we run this, okay, so now make name global. So the log functions, log event, and log time use the same name variable. Log event and log time use the same name variable. Use the same name variable. There seems to be a problem with the scoping. We can tell by the amount of duplicate code here. In addition to variables, scope too broadly, duplicate code can indicate that a variable may be scoped too tightly. Let's avoid this repetition by adding name as the first parameter for each function. The log function. So if we head over to the log function, so const log event, and then log time. Okay, so basically we're going to add another parameter. And remember to add the parentheses. So the first parameter is going to be name, and then the second parameter is going to be days. And then within the log event, the first parameter is going to be name, and then the second parameter is going to be event. And remember to add parentheses. Okay. Okay, so that's been done. But if you guys recall, you cannot just add the name, new parameters to the log time and log event functions without changing the arguments, because the arguments show event and days. So you have to add that also to the argument itself. Name is the first parameter. Okay, so move the name variable to global scope. Oh, and it says, okay, pass the name as the first argument to log event and log time. I skipped to already instruction number 7. There's another problem here. Move the name variable to global scope. Okay, so the name variable, which is the nuller, yeah, because there's I'm going to take the name variable out of both functions so that it's better written. Okay. And then I'm just going to put, yeah. So that's global scope right there. And as you can see, okay, Nola's event is marathon. Nola's time to train is 50 days. Okay, and now it's changed again. Nola's event is pentathlon. Nola's time to train is 200 days. All right, so that is great. That's working properly. You don't need to, as you saw here, within these two events, the variable Nala was defined twice. You don't need to define it twice within a global scope. You can just define it once. And then if you want to use it within two separate functions, you can do that using global scope. But yeah, obviously, if you're going to use the same variable twice and it's been assigned a constant variable keyword, it's going to break. The program's going to break, because if you guys recall, in order to reassign a variable, you need to use the let keyword. That's the only way. And in this situation, we needed to use global scope, because you could define a variable, two separate variables within the two functions, but that is not the most. I don't think that's the best way to do that, or to write that. Definitely not. So yeah, we're looking usually at the best possible method. Okay, so this is complete. I've done this, and then, sorry, I skipped one step. I went straight to the last step. So pass name as the first argument to log event and log time. So if you look here at log event, if you recall that we changed the first parameter, or we added a new parameter to this function log event, which is name. And then on the second function, we added another parameter to this log time function, which is the parameter name. And then obviously, you could run the program without adding these, but it's not going to be correct. Like if I were to run this now, it will throw undefined. See? So it's because there's a parameter being declared within the two functions, new parameters being declared, a second parameter being declared within those two functions, but it's not being added to the argument, which is, you have to add it to the argument for the program in order to run efficiently and properly. So if you run it now, as you can see, Nola's event is pentathlon, and Nola's time to train is 200 days. If I run it again, it will change up. Okay. Right, so number 8, check that the program still works, run it and check the output. Okay, so that is running properly. Okay, make random local. Okay, so make the random local. Try the functions for another competitor, copy and paste this code at the end of the file. Try the functions for another competitor, copy and paste this code at the end of the file. Okay. that runs. Okay, so number 10, run the program. The events are assigned randomly, but Nala and Warren are running the same events. Okay, so Nala and Warren are running the same events. The events are assigned randomly. Yeah, because they are separate indeed. Okay, so I'm going to tick this off. We see that the random variable is defined in the global scope. Each time getRand event is called, it uses the same value. At the top of the file, move the random variable from the global scope to block scope within getRand event function. So move the random variable from global scope to block scope within. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. This is at global scope. And then I'm going to paste this in here. Because this would in fact be block scope. So if I run this now, what has changed? Still running correctly. Okay, so this is block scope within the getRand event constant function. That's done. Okay, so now, well done. Training days is more maintainable and less error prone thanks to your work. Run the program a few times to make sure results are randomized. So if we run the program a few times, you can see they are randomized indeed. Okay, so let's move forward. I think I've missed something. Right, guys, so that's it. Let's move on.